solid, scary like them deep fakes. Ain't no way you winning like the sweepstakes. Free smoke like a street race. Why you at it, gone free blue face? How the moonwalk, went on the beat. My head bobbing, some platoon talk. Play that Black Magic tune. That you tell her you gon' spend it like a top. I'm going back that bed till the bullshit stop. These jokers act like dying ain't enough. It's like they tryna dig you back up. Who they tell? I'm talking to these jokers like Judge Joe Brown. I'm rocking and rolling but won't go down. They putting in on everything like Frank's Red Hot. Like beefing with 50, I never forgot. I can't see a program really twist the pot. Bitch, I'm not one of those who you thought.
Welcome back to the Smarter Not Harder podcast. This is your host with the most, Trip, aka Black Magic Jr., DBA, attorney Trip Freeman. And as always, explore the Black Magic Jr. catalog. Check out the new album Recovery out now. By the time you peep this, shoot, that Get Even might have went worldwide also. That was a Even exclusive, but now we put that on all DSPs. So also check out Black Magic Jr. Get Even. But today's episode is actually entitled How to Lose 100 Pounds. Yeah, how to lose 100 pounds. They're like, well, you skinny nigga, what you worry about weight loss? Nah, man. Clickbait at its finest, man. To be quite honest, today's episode is about the word discipline. And that's actually the key to how to lose 100 pounds. It would be discipline. According to the dictionary definition of discipline, let's see, man. Say it like I got it right here. Okay, yeah, I got it right here, though. Discipline, according to the dictionary, is two forms. There's the noun of discipline and there's the verb. We'll start with the noun definition. Number one, the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Also, secondary definition as a noun, a branch of knowledge, typically one studied in higher education. Now, as a verb, discipline. To train someone to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. So, now that we've heard those definitions of discipline, let's get into the discussion. The thing about discipline is that either you're going to have discipline or you're going to be disciplined. So, it's something that I had to learn through life, and I would encourage anybody watching to learn on your own to have discipline. Discipline ties into so many areas. It affects so many aspects of life. It affects health. Discipline affects well-being. Discipline affects fitness. Discipline affects overall happiness. Discipline affects your finances. Discipline pretty much spans the gambit. Quality of life and decision making are very much based on discipline at times. And a large part of the way discipline plays out for us is in our time management and what you choose to do with the allotted time. Everyone has 24 hours in the day, from people that are struggling to people that are excelling. We all have the same amount of time on the clock, and based on that, a large part of the results we get in life boils down to the actions and the decisions we make and how we choose to spend our time. So therein, discipline can really, save you and or put you ahead of the game if you're disciplined in your time management and you do things, in an advantageous manner. Now, when I mentioned that discipline can affect health and fitness, you got to take the time to work out. You got to make the decisions and have the discipline to make decisions to eat proper, to eat healthy. You have to, do things when you don't want to do it. And I got a homie that's a trainer, man. Shout out my partner, Demond Mayers. But he posts often, in his training, working with his clients, how those days when you don't want to hit the gym, those days when you don't want to do your workout routine, those are often the most rewarding days and the days that you get the most gains, both mental and physical, and that those times require the most discipline for you to get out there and do it. And a lot of times when you fight through that initial inertia and you really get yourself going, afterwards you feel the most reward. You really feel accomplished And the more you do that, the more you start to build a certain level of mental fortitude that'll help you out next time, and the next run won't be so hard, and the next session won't feel so, won't feel so painful. The weights, you start to get more muscle memory and or just strength, and the weights damn near aren't as heavy. So discipline plays a large role in just what it is, what you get, what you see, and the encounters and experiences that you go through in life. And now, yes, there are some people who are born with certain conditions that, yeah, no matter what decisions they make, arguably they're going to be bigger than some individuals. But either way, you can still benefit from having discipline and good decision making. That's going to always take you that much further. Also, the earlier you develop discipline, the better. When we look at somebody like, say, Steph Curry, for example, versus somebody who's morbidly obese, Steph Curry seems to be someone, and I don't know the dude personally, but from all outside appearances, he seems to be somebody who developed or was taught the value of discipline at a very young age. Growing up with an NBA player as a father in Dale Curry, and having a brother, Seth Curry, someone else who was also in love with the game right in his household, I can damn near guarantee that from a young age, it was instilled in him the importance of being disciplined and good decision making and making decisions to stay out of trouble, and also managing your time in which you focus on your game and you work to be the best at what you can be. And now we get to see the end results. We get to see one of the best shooters the league has ever seen, one of the best guards to ever step on the floor, and somebody who consistently is a winner and consistently put points on the board. And a large part of that is based on discipline. And I'm sure those are things that he acquired at a young age and is taken with him through every level. Whereas when I mentioned the example of somebody who's morbidly obese, in those situations, more than likely, they did not develop discipline, or that was not really the focus of it. The focus of discipline was not really instilled in them at a younger age, so they were able to develop bad habits and continue those bad habits until it got almost to a point of no return, or to a point where they feel like it's hopeless. And that can be based on a direct lack of discipline, a continuous, it don't matter, man, I'll go ahead and have another bite, have another piece, overindulgence, just a continuous overindulgence, and not taking time to be disciplined and really hold yourself accountable. So, I'm not saying anything to be against big people. It is what it is, but arguably you can see the effects of having discipline versus not having discipline, and just how it comes out for you. And also the feeling of being singled out or picked on, a lot of that can be eliminated through discipline. With discipline, you recognize that, hey, it's not a just me thing. A lot of people find such and such uncomfortable. A lot of people don't want to do this. A lot of people don't want to do that. But the more you make those disciplined decisions to power forward and keep it moving, and just go on with your journey and continue, even the things that are uncomfortable, you start to recognize more and more that, wow, a lot of people go through these same discomforts. No one really wants to, per se, wash the dishes. You got some people who may want to do that, but a lot of people don't want to do that. But sometimes it's like, oh, let me be disciplined and just jump on that. No one necessarily wants to feel pain. But you have, times in which you got to make a decision that I would rather go through this controlled, lesser degree of pain on the front end in terms of preparation and putting in the work, than on the back end to get caught lacking or unprepared and go through a much greater punishment and have to deal with things in a way worse way. So, in that regard, it's always great to have discipline, because a lot of times it'll save you in the long run. You can control the things you go through on the front end so that you don't wind up in a situation that's out of your control and you're just subject to someone else disciplining you. Also, got to look at it as a lifestyle. It's something that you should want to incorporate in just how you move. The more you incorporate discipline into your day to day, the better it makes you and the more refined version of yourself you become. There's little steps. There's little steps that get you far on the journey. So Every time you make a decision in which you utilize discipline or it comes into play, then the further along you go. Also, discipline yourself or be disciplined. So many times, I practice criminal law for one of my practice areas. Probably my main practice area is criminal. And so many times in criminal court, I've seen individuals be disciplined by the court. Seen situations in which a judge has had to make a decision or a jury has made a decision that's placed someone in a situation they don't want to be in, or placed someone in a situation in which now things are outside of their control. And with that being the case, you almost get to see, like, man, a lot of times, I'll say, you see that these individuals were not properly disciplined at a younger age, or it wasn't instilled, the importance of discipline was not instilled in them at a younger age. And as they've gotten older and they've grown up, they now wind up in a situation in which they're being disciplined by the state or being disciplined by the law, and things are outside of their control or outside of their hands. So, to avoid being disciplined by a third party, it's good to have discipline for yourself, to discipline yourself and, make those proper decisions that are going to keep you out of harm's way, keep you, out of custody, and keep you from receiving some type of punishment that you don't want to be on the receiving end of, that you don't want to be privy to. So as I readjust things over here in the lab, I just want to, focus on that word, because discipline is impossible to avoid. So even if you decide, man, fuck that, I ain't worried about discipline, blah, 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 well, you're going to catch discipline on the back end. And it's going to be worse when, you're looking at somebody else disciplining you and you now trying to plead or, negotiate with someone else what's going to happen to you in your life, which is not what you want to deal with overall. If you can avoid that, avoid that. Make your own decisions that are going to put you in the best possible way. So you might as well practice discipline in your everyday or your day to day so that you can avoid being disciplined by others. That's it, man, when it comes to that word. But in terms of music, the tunes, what I've been listening to these days. I got the real headphones this time. But what have I been listening to? I got to shout out, man, that guy Juicy J, man. OG pioneer in the hip hop space, man. Play me some jazz, man. Because Juicy J has a brand new jazz album called Caught Up in the Illusion. I actually gave it a listen this weekend. I knew Juicy J is jamming, man. He takes it a lot of different places, has some really dope features on there. In terms of hip hop and its features in the rap space, one that I was super surprised to see was that he actually has Black Thought on his album, man. Back in the day, if you would have told me that we were going to get a Juicy J Black Thought song, I definitely would not have seen that on the dance card, would not have imagined that was something that would ever come to pass back in the corn on the cob days. I did not see Juicy dropping one with Black Thought, so it's dope to see, man. They got a song called, I want to say, Stop the Violence in Hip Hop or something to that effect, but definitely worth listening to. He also has Corday on there. Shout out Corday. Shout out the whole YBN. Even though it's not YBN Corday no more, hey man, what my man say? Now Mir was like, y'all left this YBN shit for dead, so we gonna still big them up, man. But shout out YBN Corday on the new Juicy J project. Also, he also has a ton of really talented musicians on there. He's not playing all the instruments or anything. I think some of it he is composing and he's working with real live jazz players to bring together his vision. He's got some really good vocalists on there. I know there's one song where he and this artist India on there singing, and it's cool, man. It's interesting to hear Juicy J really singing. I mean, that brother on that crooning. So yeah, I gotta check it, man. Juicy say he really doing this one for the youth and to just try to raise the vibration, man. Bring something positive out here. So definitely check out that new Juicy J. And shout out the whole 3-6, man. Shout out Hypnotized Minds and that whole 3-6 Mafia, conglomerate, because they've given us so much music through the years that we cannot forget them boys and their contribution to this thing. So shouts out to them, to Paul, Pat, R.P. Boo, little chat. Shoot, everybody that's been through there, Fleas, the RP to the Cooster. Like, it's way too many to name. Shout out Crunchy Black, but, you know, that 3 6 Mafia, man, legacy. So, it's awesome to see Juicy J still behind the boards doing this thing and bringing a legitimate jazz album, man, and a legitimate jazz album to his catalog. It's actually dope, man. Y'all check out that Juicy J, Caught Up in the Illusion. In terms of content, man, got to take time to salute and big up, man, Big Ant, man, the Urban Politicians podcast. I watch a lot of his content. Like I watch a lot of urban politicians pieces, a lot of Big Ant's interviews also, and he always gives a very intelligent, level-headed, realistic perspective on things. That's dope, man. I support what that brother's doing. He's out of Texas. And I feel like YouTube is probably his most active platform. That's why I watch his content. A lot of the blogs or the podcasts come on YouTube. But I'm sure he's got a big IG following. So I'm going to post that. I don't know what it is. It might be at Urban Politicians. It might be at Big Ant the Spokesman. I'm not sure. But I'm going to put that, you know, in here when we get to the editing. We will make sure that that's presented. And you all go follow, man. But please definitely follow Big Ant and Urban Politicians podcast, man. He does a lot of reactions. It's not just celebrity reactions. He does touch on some of the celebrity stuff, but he also just reacts to news, news topics in general, nationwide, and he speaks a lot to FBA. You know, if there's anything regarding FBA, Big Ant is going to step out there and speak to that, and that's the fundamental Black Americans. So definitely got to support the brothers that's pushing for that cause. Because yeah, it's important, man. So shout out Big Ant, man, Urban Politicians, and he gives a real perspective, man. He's not trying to just be like I'm the biggest gangster, or I'm the coolest, or I'm the anything, as much as it's just a realistic perspective from a young Black man in America these days. So, you know, definitely shout out Big Ant Urban Politicians podcast. Please follow them, check out what they're doing over there, man, and tap in, you know, definitely tap in. In terms of styles and fashion, woo, this weekend, man, I got an opportunity to step out, man, and got to put on that Tacchini, man. Sergio Tacchini, man. This is actually old school designer, man. That's still in the mix, man. You got to show love, man. Style it up, class it up with that Tacchini, man. So, yeah, y'all check them out, man. They make a number of dope pieces, man. Tacchini's been in the game since way back, man. It's pronounced different ways. Sure, some people I used to say Sergio Tacchini sometimes, and then you hear other people pronounce it different ways. But I took the time to look it up on YouTube, and it's pronounced Tacchini. So Sergio Tacchini, shouts out to them, man. They make a lot of suits, like almost tracksuit type joints with the jacket and the pants. They do some just tops. I'm sure they probably got shorts and, just pants as well. But I'm going to put a link in, man. Y'all check them out, man. It's real classy athletic wear / casual wear that'll have you just, looking and feeling dapper. And it's also very much comfortable, and they use quality material. So, man, shout out Sergio Tacchini for the flyness, man. It's been that for years now. So, got to shout those dudes out, or shout that brand out. And y'all check them out. Check out the website, man. Y'all shop with Tacchini. Get you something, that you can sport. It's definitely eye-catching wear that'll have folks, looking and don't say nothing. They'll know, oh, yeah, that's some classy shit right there. So, shouts out Sergio Tacchini. But, that brings it to a close, man. It's your boy Black Magic Jr., attorney Trip Freeman signing out. We're going to put the office number up here, man, in case anybody has any criminal law needs, personal injury needs, or family law needs in the state of Georgia. Y'all be sure to reach out, man. Hit my line. And as always, man, please stay tapped in with your boy Black Magic Jr., man. Explore the Black Magic Jr. catalog. Got the new project called Get Even, man. The new album, Get Even, is dropping on the 22nd of August. So that's, 22nd this month. That's just in a few days, man. Y'all tap in, check that out. Please, that's going to be on all DSPs. Before it was exclusively just on the platform Even, but now we're bringing it worldwide to everyone. So y'all check that. Also got the new Black Magic Jr. album, Recovery, going strong, getting a lot of great feedback off of that, man. So thank you for everybody that's tapped in there. And yeah, that's what it is, man. We out. Peace, man. Smart Not Hard Podcast. Stay tuned.
brand new Black Magic Jr. album, Get Even, out now, on Even.
I really stand apart like narco art.
Featuring bangers like Missions.
Idea, me scared of dark.
Let's go. It's only for my designer junkie.
Can't afford a copy.
Wait up. Featuring El Bravo.
Every resort looking for a destination, no relation. So I can
Wise
say
guy.
from the United States of a nation. There's so
E-Class.
many ancestors, souls on the blood of sea.
Rising Sun.
Had to summon all the homies branded with the G-Force. With
The Loch Ness Monster.
door that you open,
And more.
better ever pay boys riding vehicles. So what we really praying for?
300, man, hit like some bucks, man. See
Get you hooked
Yeah.
cocaine.
So get your wag on, man, to this summer banger. Black Magic Jr., Get Even.
So we
Out
go
now.
in the same
God.
game.
Vampire
On the
masterpiece.
now, shorty holler my name. Don't
From the
stress,
biggest
so I'll
to the
be
smallest.
on my way.
Yeah, boy. Black Magic Jr., Get Even, out now. Woo. Damn. Shout out to Russell. Black, Magic, Junior. Get Even, out now. On Even.